What's up, friends? Welcome back to Live at the Roxy. Oh yeah, mine's in a different one. Where the fuck did it go? Steph is wandering around right now because we realized as we started that I didn't have my tea. You guys know I need my tea for this show. We thought we saw it on the counter, but it wasn't it. It's the Tomorrow Show one. Yeah, for sure. It has no tea in it.
You want warm water?
Yeah. Always having your shit together, Steph and Roxy. Steph and Roxy. All right, welcome back to Live at the Roxy with Steph Sabraw. She will be here after being my hero, making me tea and doing all those things. Yeah, she went invisible. It's a look. Trust me, she's much more fantastic when she's visible than invisible. But we have a lot that we are talking about today. I will say, Steph, from across there, our very first super chat came in, and it's from Ethan Coogan, who says, is there an update on Steph's diseased tree? Oh. So, I mean, the people need to know. And don't you worry, Ethan. We will be filling you in about Steph's diseased tree. I don't know how we could possibly get through the show or this week without knowing what happened. Thank you, Steph. Love you. Everybody, round of applause. It's Steph Sabraw. Live from Los Angeles. It's Wednesday, 1 p.m.
I want to walk in always. Walking in was way more exciting.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, you can do it every time.
Okay.
What's going on with your disease tree?
Okay, disease tree updates. Thank you for your concern and checking in. It's really important, as we know. Nothing else matters more right now.
Right, definitely. Especially during this time. This seems like the priority.
Issue. Yes, thank you. That shows true leadership for you to know that.
Mm-hmm.
We had to cut it down.
No way.
Yeah, I argued for a really long time, but they said that.
Wait, so those were real people that were in the yard?
Real tree. So I guess they were from the neighbors, and they were trying to do like dirty work and being like, basically, if you don't cut down this tree, all the neighbors' trees are going to be diseased too.
There was no way to save the tree?
No.
Wow, that was not the answer I was expecting.
I know, really sad.
We had a tree in my front yard that we had to cut down. And I cried for like a month. But funny story, could you just hear my tummy?
Yeah.
It was so loud. Funny story, I didn't notice we cut it down. My parents didn't want to tell me because they knew how much I loved that tree. And I didn't notice for like a year and a half. And then one day I saw that the tree had been cut down.
There's something right here.
What is it?
Wow.
What was it?
It was just like I don't know.
No.
That's really sad, but it's almost sadder that you didn't notice for a year.
I know. I was like, I can't believe you guys cut down the tree. And they were like, we did it literally over a year ago. And I was like, oh, okay. Tree talk with Rox and Steph. That's so true. That's what the show is today.
We are arborists. Is that what arborist? We are arborists.
I feel like arborist sounds better. They should change that. Did you see those blue flowers outside?
Oh, those are gorgeous.
How do we get more of those?
Tree talk with Roxy and Steph.
Yeah, we like them plants. Steph was like, we need to make you birthday plants. And I was like, I love plants. We should do that. And she was like, you love plants? And I was like, I love plants. And
it was plants, not plants, but also plants are important.
The way you plan and plant is the way I Jew and juice.
Yeah.
Jews and juice.
Plant. It's the NT.
And doesn't that sound
like I really have to try when I say important?
Important's easy, but plant, say plan, say plant.
Plans, plant.
No, because now you're putting an S, no S.
Plan, plant.
Oh, yeah, that's better.
Yeah, maybe I wasn't.
Now we're in on it. Guys, it's a good thing we're starting the show off with this kind of conversation because today's a lot of fuck no news. Actually, it's kind of all fuck no news. People are doing strange things in the world that we just don't even... It's fine. J.K. Rowling, it's fine that you hate cancel culture because you're getting canceled. So, you don't like it and you're signing petitions that, Donald Trump signed. So you always know you're on the right side of history when you do that. Kanye West opened up in a Forbes article about running for president. He said some actually pretty outlandish shit. So we will talk about that as well. Steph, I don't know if you guys know this. Steph is a D1 athlete and Stanford just eliminated 11 of its 36 D1 sports, including her own. So that's something that we definitely will be breaking down. And also, You know how we've been talking about how amazing the Supreme Court has been doing recently? Like, we were so happy with what they were doing for the LGBTQ plus community, and they just seemed to be really getting it. Well, we knew it had to come to a stop at some point. So this
Full stop.
Yep, the full stop. Thank you for restricting birth control for people who work for religious employers. It's so good of you. Thank you, Supreme Court. That's
really going to solve the problem.
So illegal. And now they're approximating over 100,000 women just lost their birth control. So that's cool. Way to go, government, once again, just killing it.
They're killing it.
Just really, really
Every
killing
day I'm
it.
so happy to just hear what they're doing.
Yeah, thank you, government. Also going back to tree talk, because we know that's what we do here. Ethan Coogan says the tree couldn't be saved. Sad end
I
to
know.
the story.
I wish I had a love story for you all.
You could tell us a love story.
They're non-existent right now.
Yeah, that's true.
I could make one up. No one's ready to give love. We've talked about this. Everyone's ready to be loved. They're not ready to give love.
Would you identify us as scorned women?
I could identify as a bit bitter, yeah. I'm a bit bitter from my interactions with men. You could say that much.
I don't love that about us right now.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. I wish I was ready to take on any new man and be like, clean slate, let's do this. I'm not going to judge you by any of the past dicks that I've interacted with. But then they're just...
But then you can't. Yeah, but they're not.
They're not.
Like, I see you, Manny and Patrick and Matthew and Weston and Lion and Noah. Like, maybe you guys... And Joseph. Maybe you guys are different. But maybe...
This is what I'm asking for. In order for us to not be bitter, I think I just need a little bit more accountability.
Yeah.
And I need men to hold men accountable.
Well,
we hold each other accountable.
That, and also I need a lack of selfishness in terms of, like, you need to be in a partnership. Like, you can't just make decisions for two people.
Yes. That's what
one person.
Yeah. No one knows how to give love.
So there's that.
We got to learn and grow.
Or else
we're all going to be single and lonely.
Who the fuck wants that? Why would you want that? Okay, moving forward. Going into the Streamlabs, thank you guys for already submitting Streamlabs. Go ahead, and if you have any questions or things you want read out loud, super chat or streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Tachyon of the Source says, what a cool name. Couldn't it be argued it's all about getting the story out there? Since ScarJo stepped down from the role, the film isn't going to be made. Isn't it better to get more trans stories out there, even if studios aren't ready to cast lead trans actors? I would argue no, because I think if we do that, then we're never going to be ready to cast trans actors. So, like...
If you're not ready to cast trans actors and you're not ready to tell trans stories.
You know, and again, if this was the first time they had done that, maybe, but like this has happened so many times. So,
and we've now with the limited trans performances that we've been able to get with Laverne Cox and Pose and things of that nature, they're fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So what are we afraid of? There's clearly talent.
Yeah. I don't know the answer to that question, but I do think it is a fear-based thing, which is kind of wild. All right, let's see what's going on. Glenn Caesar in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Speak, Roxy, English. Hello, Roxy and Steph. Love you both. As always, thanks for hanging out with us today. I don't have a question right now. I just wanted to wish you and all of your Rockstars band a super happy, love-filled Wednesday. Hopefully with good/comfortable weather. It's rainy here. Oh, bummer that's rainy there. Steph and I sat outside for a half hour and it's hot as balls.
Really hot.
Really hot.
Sweating in places that they shouldn't be sweating in.
Creases.
The creases.
Mm-hmm. They were sweaty. When we got inside, I was like, Steph, move. I'm going to faint.
She pushed me out of the way and then fell on the couch like a loaf of bread.
I thought I was going to faint. It like all went out. Like I could not see it. And you had stopped right in the doorway. And I was like, I need you to move. Mark Jason Ali says, Hey, Roxy and Steph, how are two of my favorite ladies on YouTube doing today? How was your shoot yesterday? Looking forward to seeing the photos when you're ready to share. Hit the like, friends. Show your support for Roxy. The support is deserved. How's your grandparents? A lot of questions in here. Really appreciate all of these. Glad to see you in a good mood, probably after you hung out with your lady.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How's our shoot yesterday? It was quick.
Really quick.
We had a very quick turnaround. The photographer had rented a space downtown, and I had never worked with her before. Steph, I think you one time.
Yeah.
And
briefly.
She shoots on film. So when we got there, she was like, okay, so we have 36 shots, period. Which is like, you know, if you have a short amount of time and only 36 shots, like you really got to be very specific. So I have no idea how it went. Hopefully she got what she wanted.
I know. Well, yeah, and she said the lighting was off, so hopefully we can make it a style. But I'm like, not a trend model, so 36 shots is not enough for this space.
And like sometimes, like right before she would shoot, because you could hear the click, Steph and I would burst into laughter.
Yeah,
she'd be like, look at each other, and we would, and then it would be like, ah, like that.
And then I was confused because she's like, yeah, for this shoot, I'm looking for really like fun, just like bold, loud, fun, whatever. And so then when we started smiling, she's like,
no,
do straight
smile.
face.
Yeah.
The entire time and I fucking love this. I love this woman that shot us. But it was so funny because I was like, are our smiles fucked up?
Yeah, why doesn't she like our smile? Should we do one?
Are they not?
Ready on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. What do you guys think?
Tell me your thoughts. I'm really nervous.
Whirl girls give smiling a whirl.
I used to take pictures like a scared cat. Always the most not photogenic person in my friend group. I'd go like this.
I get that.
Always. Like someone was like telling, like I was being held hostage.
Were you?
Yeah, by the camera.
By the camera. Ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
Talking about showing them to you. If they're good, we'll post them.
Yeah.
And if not, we have another shoot tonight, which we're really excited about. We're doing a social distance shoot with Cameron Rice, who you guys know was the director of the first episode of The World Girls. Also has been a guest on the show a couple of times. Also is a dear friend of ours.
Awesome.
And I will say, since he's been seeing me go through a very, very tough time right now, he's texted me almost every single day, checking in, and especially texts me late at night, checking in, because I think that a lot of people who've gone through hard times know that early in the morning and late at night are the toughest times. So shout out to any of you friends out there who, for your friends, check in at the off hours where their definitely mind is wandering. It's very sweet. He doesn't even know what's going on with me. As I told you guys, I'm not able to tell many people, but he has checked in because he knows that I'm not doing well. And I just think that that's like the fucking best.
The best.
So I'm very excited to shoot with him today. We have some ideas. If you guys have ideas, let us know. But yeah, we've got some stuff, and you definitely will see at least a couple of those pictures, because with Cam, we always know we get some gems. And it's not with the other photographer that we wouldn't get gems. We just only had 36 shots.
And you can't see them after. Cam always shows while we're going through it. So
like it literally could be.
You know what to adjust. Like I could have taken 36 of the same awful photo and had no idea.
No idea. None. Okay. Gregory Castillo. Hey, Roxy. Eric Z wants to know if he can post GoFundMe for his sister who died. Oh, absolutely, Eric Z. And also, I'm so sorry. What happened? Let us know. And that's fucking awful. Post it in here, or send it to Jake so he can post it so we can throw the link up, because I don't think you can post a link if you're not a mod. Sorry, Jake, to have you do that, or to Brandy, or to PLD, or Billy. I don't think he's been here a little bit, but send him to one of our mods so that they can do it. Chris Martinez says, I take pictures like Chandler. Are you well versed in Friends enough to know that?
No.
Like that.
Oh, is that how he takes it?
He can't smile. Yeah. I have a shirt with a picture of him and Monica at that like camera at their photo shoot. You always had a mole in your leg right there?
Yeah. Always.
No, that's not where I'm looking. Down there.
Oh, no, that's not a mole.
What is it?
I don't know. I like scratched myself on something, like hit my shin against a side table, and then it just like never healed well.
Okay.
Middle Eastern people don't scar well, though. Something
Really?
about we like keloid. So I have like
What's keloid?
it's like a hard scar. If you like touch my ear right here, I got this pierced with. If you pierce in the middle of your ear up, make sure it's a needle. Fun fact, I didn't. It was a gun, so it shattered, and that's why it's It didn't feel like it.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't feel like it. Yeah.
It's really
But
hurt.
yeah, I have scars everywhere because our skin doesn't scar well.
That freaked me the fuck out.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't think my skin scars very well either.
Because you're olive toned.
Yeah. All right. Going more into the Streamlabs. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Matthew Gold says, I need me a TTS coffee mug cup for my birthday in 3 weeks. Well, cheers. It's like now it looks like vintage, like so faded.
It's a really cute mug.
Mm-hmm.
I like that silver.
You did it again.
What?
I'm not even going to sip it this time because I can smell it. I know it's coffee in here.
Oh, but you kind of did that.
What? Because I didn't take it out after?
I didn't notice. I forgot. Oh, no, it's half coffee.
Yeah, I can't do it. She has no tea.
The wasted intro.
It smells like...
I'm so glad you didn't sip it, though.
No, look, I brought it to my mouth. There's no way you could...
Oh, yeah, it's coffee
It's
tea.
straight it's like mostly coffee. Guys, it's hard out here for a pimp. What? All right, let's keep going. Glenn Caesar says, hi, hey, Roxy. This is a question from Eric Z in the live chat. Roxy, it's been a rough week. Top of everything going on, my sister passed away this week. It's been hard. Distractions are good for me right now. Would it be okay if I share a GoFundMe for her? Yeah, absolutely. Let me see if okay, so Eric just sent it to Jake, and then Jake can put it in here. Jake, can you send it to me on Twitter and Facebook? Thank you, Jake and Eric, for handling that. Somebody, I said this to my grandparents, to my grandma when I was yelling at her for going to get her nails done. I was like, I literally cannot handle somebody fucking dying right now. Like, I need you to fucking be cool. So I cannot even imagine, like, no matter what shit any of us are going through, that's like the ultimate shit. So I'm so fucking sorry to hear that, Eric. And happy to try to help with the GoFundMe with the rock stars. Please support our friend Eric. That fucking sucks.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Eric.
McFreezy in here says, hey, Roxy and Steph, what's good? Just wondering, what do you think about Warner Brothers continuing to make more Fantastic Beasts? Do you think it's necessary for them to make 3 more, especially with the drama surrounding Johnny Depp? What do you think? The most recent Fantastic Beast was fucking, this is mean to say because people work really hard on movies. I did not like it. It was tough to get through. Did you even see the most recent one?
Yeah. I think I did. I'm a massive Harry Potter fan and magic fan and fantasy fan, and the series has just never done justice on screen.
It's woof. I really liked Harry Potter
and
too.
Now not only Johnny Depp, but
J.K. Rowling
and Flash Boy.
Ezra Miller.
Yeah, that's
Flash Boy.
3 strikes.
You don't want to be known as Flash Boy.
Well, I love him as Flash.
No, it's not bad. I do not, but I'm just thinking about, like, you think about flashing somebody.
Oh, Flash Boy.
Like Flash Boy. Yeah. Warner Brothers, between DC and Fantastic Beasts, Amber Heard, Johnny Depp, J.K. Rowling, Ezra Miller, they have a lot of problem people right now.
Yeah.
Or problematic stories or things that have not been resolved. Like the Ezra Miller situation is very clearly not resolved. We all watched you strangle a woman and take her to the ground and nobody's made a comment on it. That's fucking strange.
It's not going away. I'm not going to forget about it. I need answers.
Like something. So
just something. Just at least say you were blacked out or something.
Yeah, I just need to know what happened. We need to know what happened. But anyway, yes, but it would be one thing if I was like talking about one of my favorite franchises, and then it's like, do we need more movies? But Fantastic Beasts was so not good, this last one, that it's like hard for me to get excited about this, especially with the Johnny Depp situation. By the way, our fans told us that the rock stars told us that they were suing The Sun, which is English newspaper, which is why the court is in England.
Oh, got you.
And that's not where they are.
Wow. And also, I just think there are so many independent fantasy books and scripts out there that are probably amazing. I know that there are at least 100 just right now that are incredible.
Are you a fantasy book reader?
No, not. I
You
used
seemed
to
very
be.
upset with me for asking that question.
Oh no, I didn't. I couldn't tell what you're saying. No, I used to be
Was
when
I
I was
using
younger,
code?
like Aragon, all of that.
Oh, I never read anything other than a
So
couple of the
I
Harry
just don't
Potters.
think that there's a point to keep investing in something that hasn't really shown any growth.
Yeah, I think that it's gonna not get better. It's gonna get worse. But I guess right now you have kind of nothing to lose in terms of like the last one was the worst one. So maybe you could pleasantly surprise us. I really don't know. I think it's a tough call. But something I am absolutely positive about, and something that Melanie Lewis is a positive about, is that we love Steph's nails.
Thank you.
They're amazing.
We're so happy to have them back.
They really are fucking amazing. She's jammed herself a couple of times. We're getting used to them still.
Yeah, I'm like taking off the training wheels, the nail wheels.
Because they were, oh yeah, you take them off. The training wheels are the ones that you put on that make it, okay.
On the side,
I was like, aren't
yeah.
you putting them back on because it's more?
Kind of.
But you're taking them off.
Definitely
No,
not
I get
the
what you're
best
doing.
expression.
I know, I understand what you're saying. That's fine. You did a good job with it. So yeah, Fantastic Beasts, not for us. Let's get to some of our news story before we take some more of these questions. Going to Jake, I see that you put in the Streamlabs, you put the GoFundMe. Did you put it in the chat so I can throw it up? Because I don't know that I can do that from here. I guess, hold on. Let me try to do this on this. Isn't it fun when I am trying to do things and suck at tuck? Did I just do that? Yeah. All right, here we go, guys. To support our friend Eric Z, make sure that you go to his sister's GoFundMe. Oh, Jake just put it in here too. Jake, I beat you to it. Not that it's a competition. So click on this link, guys, and please go support. He's shown support for you guys. We need to show support back to him. All right, going back to the stories. Let's talk about the Johnny Depp. No, we already talked about the Johnny Depp thing. Look at this. Does that look like today's rundown?
No, that was yesterday's.
You want to just repeat yesterday's show?
Yeah, Johnny.
Who does this? Who doesn't put their rundown on their thing and it's in their phone instead? All right, let's talk about instead. I guess we could transition to J.K. Rowling. That would be the natural transition from this. She's not down with the cancel culture. Steph, what's going on?
Yeah, so she and hundreds of others have signed an open letter that was published today, basically saying that the cancel culture is so anti-liberal culture, which is the liberal society that we're trying to build, and we are impeding on our freedom of speech.
Yeah, because we are restricting debate. So 150 writers, academics, and activists, including J.K. Rowling, Margaret Atwood, like, okay.
Yeah.
Signed this. Trump, I think that they said had signed it. I know you were reading, Steph, a story about another writer.
Another author had signed it. And what was interesting is that I guess the way that this article was proposed, or this open letter, was people were told, we are making an op-ed letter that's going to talk about the dangers of cancel culture, like super ominous and not descriptive. So she signed the letter not knowing that she'd be in the company of people that I guess she does not align with at all, like politically or socially. So
what the letter says is, the free exchange of information and ideas, the lifeblood of a liberal society, is daily becoming more constricted. It also says, we uphold the value of robust and even caustic counter speech from all quarters, but it is now all too common to hear calls for swift and severe retribution in response to perceived transgressions of speech and thought. And the letter condemns disproportionate punishments. So the punishment does not fit the crime in their opinion. And it's very clear that people who signed this letter have been, a lot of them at least, have been the target of cancel culture. I really wish that J.K. Rowling was an author pre-1990.
So she didn't have social media?
Not just social media, just like, that's when I feel like we started becoming celebrity obsessed, trying to learn about them with the internet, not just social media, like having Ask Jeeves or Google, or being able to look up where somebody lives or what they do. Like, we just became really, really obsessed with celebrities, and they were attainable at that point. And she is somebody who is a brilliant writer, obviously. And I wish I knew not one thing about her.
Yeah.
And I know that that's me trying to bury my head in the sand, but like, do I need gum too?
No, I just took mine out. I just
Sure?
wanted to chew it because I had coffee, and now you have coffee. I agree, Rox. I go back and forth with cancel culture because, first of all, the hypocrisy of a lot of these people that are included in this cancel culture, including Trump, like the master of it, is the type of people that call actual liberals snowflakes. But to complain that the punishment that they receive doesn't fit the crime is fucking ridiculous. The punishments that don't make sense, that don't fit the crime, are 10-year minimums on weed. You getting outed because you're a racist or a xenophobe or a homophobe, you don't deserve to have, or transphobic, you don't deserve to have the platform that you think you should. But I also believe that people can evolve and grow in their language and their like understanding of common human nature and their fellow citizens. But
what is the punishment here? I'm confused. How have you been punished? Except for publicly, people are like, "Ooh, JK." Shh.
Yeah,
who's really saying they're not reading your books or not going to watch your films or what?
Have your sales dropped?
Like,
have
what
your
has
followers dropped?
What's your punishment really been?
Yeah,
you just don't like that people disagree with the fact that you said that trans women are not women, and we don't agree with you.
And you know what?
And your cast doesn't agree, and your fans don't agree. We don't agree.
And just like you are able to use your freedom of speech to put your turf opinions out there, we are able to use our freedom of speech to respond. We don't fucking like that.
You are allowed to respond. You are free. Nobody's saying that you shouldn't have a Twitter. I think it'd be better for you if you didn't, but nobody's saying that like we need Twitter. You need to cancel her Twitter. What we are saying is what you're saying is transphobic.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with you. So that's freedom of speech.
And for you to double down instead of just trying to learn is just so misguided.
100%. 100%. She has rubbed me the wrong way for a long time, but especially now it's like just not into it.
Sucks so bad.
I know. Before we get to our next news story, thank you to Jake Yakoveta for throwing up the GoFundMe. Also, shout out to Morse Code Z, who says, having deja vu, coffee-laced tea, and WB problems talk. Yeah, we did this already. I feel like I've seen this episode of Sabraw Show. Sabraw Show.
Maybe.
What? Going to you guys in the super chat. We've got Y2 Flex. Y2 Flex. Cool. And also, Y2 Flex said, you guys are the best with a heart. Thank you.
Thanks,
your little icon is an interesting... What wrestler is that? Or is it a goblin? What's happening? Talk to me about it. Thanks, Jake, for throwing this up again. Everybody go support our friend Eric Z. Happy to help as much as we can. And I know that you guys are the best and most supportive, so I'm sure you guys are showing support right now, which is great. Also on the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Stone Fanboy says, to my comment yesterday, I meant ride or die, not ride and die. I want you to live your life. I just think it'd be cool and funny to see you frozen in carbonite for Star Wars, just so we could have a frozen Roxy in carbonite statue out there in the world. Haha. Maybe one day if I'm very lucky. Noah Denman in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, I mean, fuck JK. And I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Amazing Matthew Golden here says, when's the next World Girls episode, Steph?
Very soon, Matthew Gold, the witches, the fellow Brujas are meeting up very, very soon, and things are going to really start rolling. I know for Roxy and I and Dee, I'm sure we're really, really excited about it and want to just get it going ASAP. We have a meeting next week, and we are reconfiguring some things so that hopefully we can be bringing you way more content, but we'll keep you posted on that. Speaking of bringing content, Ryan Nilsson in the house, just giving a shout out to Queens. That's us. Well, look how funny the emoji looks on here. Because that's this one, right? Yeah. But doesn't it just look, it looks like this. Yeah, it looks like two holes. Well, a lot of queens have holes. That's true. We all have one hole or another, don't we? Well, men do have holes. We are all the same. We have holes. Well, we have different holes, and we have a hole that you have to push a baby out of if you want. So yeah, we are not on the same level, but we are the same. we are doing magic.
Yo, Working Moms is getting crazy. That shit is crazy.
Crazy.
Ryan says, yo, 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 the hands look like paws.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, let's keep going with the news, guys. In more fuck no news, the Supreme Court ruled that employers with religious objections can restrict birth control through the health care that they provide. This feels like we're going back 30 years.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck, Steph?
It really pisses me off. Slight flex. I'm in the company of judges every now and then. So I get to talk to them and I really, really understand the position of a judge and what it means to be a judge and the importance of a Supreme Court justice, which many Americans understand Supreme Court justice. When you know them, you understand that they have to have opinions separate from the law. Their job is to interpret the law verbatim and make decisions based off that.
Which is why we just saw a Trump-appointed judge or Supreme Court justice say that trans people are protected under that you can't not employ somebody or fire somebody for being trans.
Yes.
Because they're interpreting what is sex.
Exactly. Not that he probably
disagrees with that.
And that's the thing when it comes to pro-life or pro-choice, abortion rights, all of these things in religion. These judges, when they vote against it, they are actually voting against the Constitution. You cannot convince me if you read case law enough and you read the Constitution and you've studied it. They all have an understanding that we are protected. They have to keep their religion separate. They have to keep all religions separate, and they can't do this to women, but they'll do it.
It's just nobody on the planet can convince me otherwise that if men were the ones that gave birth, that this would be a problem.
No,
it just wouldn't, because you would have birth control, because men would not be able to handle not being able to have sex and having children. And this is not even about abortions. This is prior to even being pregnant. So this is like
preventing the
thing that would make you need an abortion.
Abortions didn't have access to birth control, and most people don't even. It's just such a ridiculous idea. Most of the crimes caused in America are for people from broken homes. So if you want to just get to the point of it, that's having a family before you're ready. And
yeah, so the Supreme Court voted 7-2 to uphold rules established by the Trump administration to allow employers with severe moral or religious objections to deny employees access to free contraceptive coverage. The rule broadened a carve-out to the contraceptive coverage mandate included in the Affordable Care Act, which was covered under Obamacare. So now I think I told you guys it was 100,000 people. They're saying it could possibly lead to as many as 125,000 women losing their coverage of their birth control.
And I wonder how many men keep their coverage of Viagra, because it's oftentimes covered by all insurance companies.
I'm sure that that's something that Trump wouldn't be upset about. This is fucked up. And what we saw last night in an episode of Working Moms was really interesting. Did you see all the period stuff, or were you passed out for that with them painting their vaginas red?
Oh, yeah.
Just the way to solve this is by letting men know that this is their problem too. And this is not just a woman problem. And that's hard to do when you're not the ones who have to have your body taken over for 9 months. And men are allowed to walk out. And yes, times they need to pay, but oftentimes they find ways to not do so.
Yeah.
So we need to show men that this is their problem too. And a woman's right to choose is important for both sexes, for all sexes.
And birth control is not even only for birth control, for prevention of a baby.
No.
A lot of high school girls, including myself, are given it because we had ovarian cysts and stuff
and it can be helpful for your skin. It can be helpful for cysts.
Yeah, I know people with acne who've taken it.
For severe cramps. Some people get their period so bad that they can't go to work because they're keeled over. And also you can skip your periods on it. And some people need to do so because they don't have access to things like tampons.
Yeah.
So you can't just free bleed all over the place. There's a lot of reasons that people take birth control, but the main purpose of it is to prevent becoming pregnant before you are ready to be pregnant. If you're ever ready to be pregnant.
Yeah.
So 125. And a lot of women who now are losing the funds for that will not take birth control because it is so expensive. You guys know I went through the battle 2 years ago with my insurance company because I have to be on a very specific birth control because I have some weird things going on down there. And the one that I'm on costs $100 a month. And I can't afford that.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah. And why everyone should care is because the way law works is that it's about everything's based on precedent of a case that was put, and then they set like a law that is the example, that sets the example for everyone else. So any sort of deterrence of like progress and representation means that it will be continuously chipped away at. This is why every abortion case matters, every religious case matters, because the next step will be more extreme. It will be a lot of us will lose access. Yep. It's not just by employers.
Yep, it's little step by little step. Legaltland 13 says, that's me, Roxy, with the pain levels, and I can't imagine how screwed I'd be if I couldn't get access to it. Like, I'd miss so much work. Ugh. Like, until men have to bleed 7 days a month, you don't get a fucking say in what we like. You don't
period.
Get a fucking period.
Drunk. We decided that
last night. Whatever. You put a T on the end of drunk, and you really are. But that's the fucking truth. I'm sorry, but until you guys are bleeding from your penis holes 7 days every single month, fuck off.
Yeah. And have the possibility of carrying something that grows into a child.
Fuck off.
You just can't.
Ugh. All right, going back in here, Morse Code Z said, we are all holy. I don't know what that's in relation to, but
okay.
Thank you. Thank you, I guess. Haley Matthews in the house. Dropped in to say hi. Y'all look beautiful. Thanks, girl. Appreciate it. Love having you here always. Thanks for stopping by.
Love ya.
All right, let's keep going with the news, and then we'll get to some more Streamlabs and Super Chats from you guys. But for now, in continuing fuck no news, fuck no. Kanye West, as we know, is running for president, and he was opening up about what exactly that would mean, look like. This was pretty fascinating because Forbes did a piece on this that really breaks down what Kanye had to say. Here are some of the bullet points from the article. He's running for president in 2020 under a new banner, the birthday party. Yes, you heard that right. What party is he part of? The birthday party, with guidance from Elon Musk and an obscure vice presidential candidate he's already chosen. And this is a quote from him, like, anything I've ever done in my life, I'm doing to win. Okay. He no longer supports President Trump. He says he's taking the red hat off with this interview. He is okay siphoning off black votes from the Democratic nominee, thus helping Trump. He says, quote, I'm not denying it. I just told you to say that the black vote is Democratic is a form of racism and white supremacy, end quote. He also admitted that he's never voted in his life. He says that he had COVID in February. He says he's suspicious of a coronavirus vaccine. So he was talking about if he would take it or not. But you already had it, but okay. He believes that, quote, Planned Parenthoods have been placed inside cities by white supremacists due to the devil's work, end quote. He envisions a White House organizational model based on the secret country of Wakanda in Black Panther. So that's what he is looking for to create. So those are the bullet points from his Forbes article on what he was speaking about. Steph, thoughts?
I'm going to really try to control myself, but I'm like, I've had it up to here with you, Kanye. Jesus Christ. I mean, first of all, I have a massive issue, and a lot of people don't think that this is cool if you don't vote. I have a massive issue with people who don't vote and want to run for office, because that means you never cared about the system to try to fix it. Now you care because you have narcissistic interests in mind. And then everything else he said, I mean, we could go through it line by line, is insanity. It's incorrect. It's misled. It's ignorant. It's dangerous. All of these things are actually completely in line with Trump, which we always knew he was kind of his twin brother. And now I don't know who's worse.
Can I tell you what he said when he was asked about his foreign policy? Quote, "I haven't developed it yet. I'm focused on protecting America first with our great military. Let's focus on ourselves first." So you don't have a foreign policy?
You guys, this is what we get when we started. And I was one of those where, like, for a second, I was like, you know what? I wish the presidential nominee or whoever it was a little bit more personable. Someone who, like, dropped a fuck every now and then, dropped a shit every here and there. But after Trump, I want someone who's been studying foreign and domestic politics since they were out of the fucking womb. I want right as soon as you left your mom's vagina, you're like, what are nuclear bombs? Let's go.
When he was asked about developing policies after this, he said, quote, "I don't know if I would use the word policy for the way I would approach things.
Because you don't have
I don't have a policy when I went to Nike and designed Yeezy. And I went to Louis and designed a Louis Vuitton at the same time.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't a policy. It was a design. We need to innovate the design to be able to free the mind at this time." Here's where I'm challenged. You want to say that Kanye would make the worst president of all time, but I don't know that Kanye would be worse than Trump.
Yeah. No, totally. If you want to make that case, sure. I don't, like, he's obviously not as hateful as Trump, and we haven't seen him associating with any white supremacists other than Trump. I mean, he hasn't been with, like, the Klan leaders like Trump has, which is, like, next level, but he's very dangerous. Like, I mean, all of the things he was saying about Planned Parenthood, that's a conspiracy theory.
I want to say this very carefully. However, I have been a massive, massive Kanye fan since I was like 14. I mean, his music actually, I feel like, had changed my life in many ways.
I agree.
If you had asked me who was like one of my, for 10 years, he would have been in my top 5 favorite living artists. Mm-hmm. Like, he is incredibly gifted. That being said, what a piece of shit he can be. Like, similar to JK, you'd be better off in a time in which I knew nothing about you, because the more I learn about you, the more I dislike you. And I have a hard time listening to music from people I dislike. Mm-hmm. It obviously for very different reasons, but, like, when Michael Jackson comes on, I have a really hard time listening to him, just because still, like, after watching those documentaries, I'm confused on what even fucking happened. And my mind can't not think about that. So even when I have questions of people, I have a hard time listening to their music. Yeah. College Dropout and Late Registration, like, changed the game.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, he is undeniably gifted. He said it. We do miss the old Kanye. We want the old Kanye. You're right. You're absolutely right, sir. But also, it's that narcissism that I think that we've talked about, like, that exposing of narcissistic celebrity culture during the pandemic. But Trump and Kanye, that's what they're twins in, is narcissism. It is a disease, and they, like, portray that heavily. And I just think to understand that you're a genius in one area of life makes you smart and a genius in that area, and you should absolutely dabble in other things. But to think that you have the right to now control one of the most powerful countries in the world because you are gifted it's disturbing.
People in here reminding me of things that Kanye's done over the last several years, when he said that slavery is a choice. That was one of his stronger moronic moments. Everything that happened with Taylor Swift, that was tough to come back from. A lot of people calling this a publicity stunt.
He does that a lot.
It's possible.
Because if he's trying to run for 2020, I need to look into this more, and I will I mean, I can confirm this tomorrow probably, but
I don't believe his name can be on the ballot.
Exactly. I don't think
Although
you can
now
get
that he's with
delegates.
the birthday party.
Yeah, as a random. I think he's hoping that he gets written in by a majority, which please, you guys, do not write him in as a joke. It's not funny. We saw what the third independent parties did last election.
Only write Kanye's name if you agree with Kanye's, I wanted to say policy, but what did he say?
His words.
No, Kanye's, what was his? It's not a policy.
It's a policy.
It's a design with Kanye's designs. Then write his name in. If you agree with Kanye's designs, write his name in. Because, you know, on the Wakanda management model, I mean, he does an entire piece on how he wants us to be like Wakanda. Okay? Just fucking crazy. Let's move on.
Yeah, I want this to stop getting press, honestly. I want him to just be muted for a while and just like talk into dead air.
Noah Denman in here says, can we call it the Affordable Care Act? Obamacare is a right-wing talking point to demonize it. Yeah. However, I don't think that we are the ones who get to make that choice. Like, they're going to say what they're going to say about it being the Obamacare instead of Affordable Care Act. Like, it's not us who would be demonizing it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, you're kind of preaching to the choir a little bit.
It's good to communicate that with other people.
Yes.
So oftentimes in government, they'll use language as a way to demonize movements, like, or to demonize people, like Law and Order, like all those things. Like, just look out for those.
But we do it, I will say, on both sides.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Like even the phrase kids in cages, like, because we created that's been able to be used against the left side, because sometimes that's not exactly what that looks like.
Yeah.
And then it seems to be disproven when it's not disproven, just because it doesn't look exactly like that all the time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes.
So we all have to be careful with, if we're going to phrase something or call it something, like nicknames. The nickname seems so trivial, but you know what I mean? If we're going to give it a short form thing, it's tough on both sides.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
All right, let's keep going and talk about something, I guess I would say near and dear to your heart. Not that the other things we've talked about haven't been, but Steph, no better person to have on the show today to talk about this than you, that Stanford is eliminating 11 of their 36 D1 sports. I don't even really get how this happens or what this means, but as a D1 athlete, Steph, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, my first initial thoughts were that they used coronavirus and said we already were in a deficit, and now coronavirus has made this impossible. They have 36 D1 teams. I believe they're cutting 11 of it. And so my first thought is, why would
coronavirus affect it, Steph? Is it because people aren't paying tuition because school's not?
Yeah, they are still. They're probably foreseeing issues with that, and probably spending on funding on other things. They probably lost out on spring quarter tuition, things like that. But I think they're using this to take advantage, and they've probably wanted to eliminate a lot of these teams for a while, and they're just going to use the pandemic, as I think we'll see a lot of different businesses, schools, any entities using coronavirus pandemic as a way to cancel out programs that they don't see useful for themselves.
But you told me that these teams combined have 20 championships. Yes. Why would they want to eliminate them?
I have no idea. That's the craziest part, because she was asking, like, are their teams good? Yes. So for me in field hockey, which is one of the teams that they're cutting, they have.
And that's what you played.
That's what I played, and I was in talks being recruited by Stanford. There's an amazing program. They're constantly in the top 16 of teams in America, and they do really, really well from themselves. And other teams that are getting cut are like rowing, men's rowing, women's sailing squad, a lot of women's teams, they do have to be careful with Title IX. They're probably evening it out somehow. But
women's sailing, squash, synchronized swimming, men's volleyball, and wrestling.
Truthfully, the only teams that actually bring in money are basketball and football across D1. This is why it's so gross that they don't make, the athletes themselves don't make money. Other teams don't make that much money, but they don't necessarily deficit. They get donations by people. I think they were saying Stanford had in the billions of donations given to the school. So that's for multiple things, but sports is a huge donation factor. And so they're not losing that much money. To me, I just think that they want to spend more money on football, basketball, and sports that they feel they want to prioritize.
This is what the administrators wrote in their letter. They said, this is heartbreaking news to share. These 11 programs consist of more than 240 incredible student athletes and 22 dedicated coaches. They were built by more than 4,000 alumni whose contributions led to 20 national championships, 27 Olympic medals, and an untold number of academic and professional achievements. Each of the individuals associated with these programs will forever have a place in Stanford's history. Steph, what happens to those 240 incredible students and athletes?
So they're able to play out this year, 2020 to 2021, next school year, but we don't even know if they'll even get a chance to play. And then after that, they're discontinuing the sports teams. It's pretty unheard of in modern Division I sports to get that many programs eliminated. What are they going to do with the facilities? They have facilities for each of those teams.
What do you think?
They'll probably
become rec?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This was the most disrespectful part. So if you're not in D1 sports, you don't really get the major differences between D1 and rec and club. But there's you just don't associate. It's completely different. One is 20 to 40 hours a week of your time, and one is probably 5 voluntary hours. And they're but they will have the opportunity to join our club teams.
So do you think that if you were one of those students, would you transfer?
Yeah. If you're serious about your sport, you transfer to D1. Club is not an option. And I'm curious if they'll honor those kids' scholarships.
Yeah, what happens there
throughout the rest of their.
And if you're getting a scholarship to Stanford, likely you had scholarship opportunities in a lot of other schools.
So yeah.
Are they going to take you now?
No, 100%, especially for field hockey. If you're getting recruited there, I was probably talking to 10 schools, and they chose you. It's super fucked up.
Wow.
I think they should give it all 4 years. Every freshman, this is the last class that came in, you will get your 4 years.
Yeah, but then what happens? Because the freshmen that are there when they're seniors, nobody else is going to be on their team.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
How would they literally do that?
That's true.
No, this whole thing seems really fucked up. I know there's a lot of fucked up things going on in the world, but I do feel bad for these. This is how a lot of people who go D1 are planning on going pro.
And it's a part of your, you were a theater kid. So your existence at USC was defined by theater. Yeah. Athletes are athletes because we don't have time to
make friends with other people. Yeah.
So your life is athletes and you're friends with the athletes. So I think this is really, really messed up. And I do not think that this is because of the pandemic. That's just my personal hot take. I think that they're just taking advantage of this moment to cut programs they didn't want to cut. They don't want.
Gregory Castillo says they have 27 billion endowments. So claiming money is funny.
Yeah.
I don't get what it would be about then though. What are they trying to do?
It's a lot. It is money. You have coaches that are making a pretty good salary. Most of them live on campus. You're probably paying for that. And you're paying for, not every kid on a team gets scholarship, but there's a good percentage of athletes that do. And you pay. Yeah. So it's a decent amount of money, but not in the fucking billions.
This is from Glenn Caesar, who says, from ASG 1982, Stanford will honor all of its scholarship commitments and assist any athletes who wish to continue their careers elsewhere. What does assist the athletes, though? Does that mean they will pay the full amount that they were paying for them to go somewhere else? or cover whatever percentage of the scholarship it was.
Just like write them a letter of rec. But that's also bullshit because I know for me, I signed on with a certain amount of money, and and each year I got more money. That was part of my deal because you're waiting for the seniors to leave, especially for women's team who don't have as much money. I couldn't get the amount I was like owed until I was a sophomore, junior.
Did you know that going into it? Did you know the specific amount you would get per year? Okay. So I don't know.
And that might have been written into my contract. I don't know, but it just seems unfair. It's not the worst thing that can happen. Obviously, these kids will have opportunities now to explore things that they couldn't. I was never able to do on camera stuff in college. That sucked.
But you also weren't trying to be a professional athlete after college, to the best of my knowledge. Like a lot of these people
might be.
Yeah. I mean, you think about like wrestlers, like a lot of people like who are doing D1 wrestling, it's because their dream is to go to,
especially if you're going to a school with 20 champions.
Yeah, exactly. So that fucking sucks. Oh God. All right. I think it is time to get out of here though. Thanks guys for joining us today live at the Roxy and for chatting with us. I'll be back tomorrow 1 p.m. with a very special guest, Steph Sabraw.
I was like, who?
So just so you guys know, that was me just asking her to be on the show again tomorrow.
My honor.
So let us know what you guys want us to talk about. As always, tweet at us. Steph, where can they find you?
At Steph Sabraw.
Why do I look so much bigger than you right now? Is it because I'm closer?
Yeah. At Steph Sabraw. Listen up.
Wish us luck on our photo shoot tonight. Mark Young says, what is this? Why is YouTube recommending?
Welcome, Mark Young.
It's because we fucking rock, Mark.
Found you.
We found you. We snatched you. We brought you into our hive?
Band.
Our band.
Yeah, we're
the band.
Yeah, you're obviously a band.
Obviously, it's a fucking band. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Thanks to all of you guys for being here. And again, we'll be back tomorrow, 1 p.m. live at the Roxy. And until then, do what you can to keep fighting, stay safe. And another one for trying to do for tomorrow, try to do something that makes you happy. One thing tonight, whether it's watching something or smoking weed or going on a walk or painting your nails or doing tie-dye, whatever the fuck it is, calling a friend that you haven't spoken to in a while, pick one thing. You guys can all do it. Make that promise to me. One thing, it could be 2 minutes long. It could be a nice little shower, whatever. Look how cute our fingers look. Yours are cuter because the green. All right. So do that and let me know tomorrow what you guys did, and I'll do the same. Lots of love, and I'll see you tomorrow, 1 p.m. live at the Roxy.